All right, the next project in the garage is the fit. The fit's gonna be an epic project. So my friend bought this brand new way back in 2008. She's had it the whole time. I've done a clutch. I've done a ton of work to the thing over the years. I mean, I say a ton, like not really, right? Like we did struts once, we did a clutch once, some sway bar links, brakes a few times. But yeah, she loves it. It works, and it's getting to the point where it's getting a little punky. The body's getting a little punky, but underpinnings are still solid. And she likes to adventure. She wants to like get off the beaten path and do stuff. So we're gonna lift the fit. I can't wait. This should be sweet. All right, now that we got everything out of the car, we'll take a look at what we got here. So we have gotten, these are Gabriel ready to go strut assemblies. Because again, the car's got 256,000 on it. We replaced the original struts at like 110,000, so they're long overdue again. So we've got new strut assemblies from the Honda Insight, which the whole body is like a little bit longer. With the spring, these are said to give you approximately 1.25 inches to 1.5 inches of lift. We have the matching shocks to go with the rear. We have brand new coil springs from Honda, again to match to go with the rear. And then we have from eBay, a company in the Ukraine sells a 30 millimeter spacer lift kit that we're going to put on top of that. So that should give us, right around 2.5 inches of lift, give or take. And then she picked up these coning wheels with a slightly taller tire. Not sure if that's going to be the final size tire or if we may upgrade to something taller yet. But all in all, if we can get her about, 3.5 inches more of ground clearance, she should be able to go anywhere she wants. She's already going those places. This maybe opens the horizons. I think we're also going to maybe get into doing maybe a little bumper trimming, front and rear, maybe some skid plating, stabilize some of the body stuff. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this project. This should be super cool. Okay, sometimes I just get so excited. I forget to do this ahead of time, but I want to measure the ride height of the fit before and after. And I probably should put air in the tire. That tire's soft, but we're just going to get some preliminary measurements here. So we are 24.25 inches on the left front and 24 inches to the rust on the back of the left rear. And let's just see what the front looks like on the other side. Passenger side. Yeah, right around 24.25 again, just shy of. And the rear, yeah, about 24 again. So the car sits pretty freaking close to level from ground to wheel well opening height all the way around currently. We're just going to call it an even 24 inches. So I'm excited to see what that final number is once we get all of our parts on. So let's get started. All right, I'm super excited to see what this looks like. So Honda Insight rear springs, 30 millimeter lift spacer, and then the Honda Insight shock, which we laid them out on the floor, is about 2.5 inches longer, which should be perfect. We're about to find out. Oh, that is rad. Oh, that is so cool. Dude, I love it. All right, so I just threw a tape measure on it. I guess I can do it quick for you guys. But Of course, we don't have the front end done yet, so, you know, this measurement might be off slightly, but we were at 24, and now we're at like, what, 27 and a half, 27 and 5/8. That is awesome. So that's like 3.5 inches of lift from the ground to the wheel well opening, which is exactly what you would get underneath the car. That should make this thing way more capable. I'm pumped. Let's get to the front. All right, so we were able to swap this strut. It's the 2 bolts here, the sway bar link, and then the top. We kind of played around with different options with the brake line. We ended up just reusing the factory bracket for the fit and taking the bracket that was welded to the strut for the insight and just bending it around out of the way. It's going to be clear and free of the way of everything else. Should be safe like that. So there's a bracket here that was probably for the ABS line. We are going to lodge our ABS line into that. I'm a little, we won't know until we get it all put together and on the ground. We may have to get some aftermarket camber caster adjustment bolts to put here so that we can get the alignment spot on, which shouldn't be a super big deal. The other thing is the strut mount top. So this is our threaded stud that goes on top of the strut to accommodate for the lift spacer. So this is your existing strut mount top that goes up in there that comes with the new struts. This is your lift spacer, which fits over it perfectly, slides right down on. This is the extension for the threaded portion that threads onto that, but your cap for the top for the inside doesn't fit over that. So we're gonna have to use a step bit. We'll drill that up to fit that and then bolt these on the top, but shouldn't be too big a deal. Kind of got this side real close. After we get the other side down, then I can get the sway bars back into position. It looks like they're the perfect length. Everything should bolt right back up. So yeah, super pumped. This is not going too bad at all. All right, so this is the like stud extension that you got to thread on the top. Yeah, and then the spacer, and another spacer, and pretty soon we're gonna have one rad fit. Okay, now the front's done. Let me stretch my tape measure out. 27.25. Dude, you can't get more perfect. This thing is sweet. I'm a little more excited about this than maybe I even should be, but I think that is so rad. So effectively, we've gained a little over 3 inches underneath the car from front to back, which is huge. Maybe we should get into like trimming the bumper and making a little skid plate. That sounds fun. All right, so there's a little seasonal road by my house that I've been dying to take. And so we're just kind of trying out the fit. And so far, the only real noise I have is the sway bar that's not connected on the one side due to the link being broken. This looks pretty aggressive. I may need to put the phone down. So I brought the fit back in the garage to replace the front sway bar links, which I've done with some brand new Moog units. And I noticed that I thought the noises that I was hearing was just the sway bar clunking and hitting. However, looking in here, it appears that maybe the strut eating away some of that seam sealer. I'm wondering if the base diameter of this coil spring seat area is significantly larger than the coil spring itself. And I'm wondering if it's so large that that's rubbing on the inner unibody structure right there. So I'm trying trying to make a determination if what the right move is here. So, I mean, it's over the width of my finger before I'm even touching that coil spring anywhere around this thing. So I could do one of a couple things. I could just hammer that lip up more. Again, the travel of everything, I don't think it would ever interfere with anything else. Or I could cut the lip. Again, and you can see the dual kind of stage pocket design. The coil is seated in this lower stage. This upper, I don't even know why it's all there, but maybe because it makes it more universal for the aftermarket manufacturer or something, I'm not sure. So, yeah, to decide what to do. All right, so I'm gonna start by marking the strut kind of at the point plus a little bit of where it could potentially hit. So I have the wheels turned as far as they will go to the left. And I'm just gonna mark that strut so I can kind of decide on the arc that it swings, and then possibly, and you'll be able to hear it right now actually. That's that strut rubbing against the unibody. So then I can mark kind of from where to where on the strut that it's going to need to be modified. So, I mean, that's over a third of it. It's close to half of that coil bucket needs to be trimmed or something. So all right, now that I got it marked, I'll figure out which route we're going to go to modify it. Okay, so you can kind of see back there where the metal was hitting. And I've trimmed a bunch of it off, so it's not going to do that anymore. So you can see these pieces here, my little air saw I used. But now I can run my finger all the way around the back of that. So there's still plenty of meat there holding the coil. So I don't think we'll have any more issues. Next thing to address is going to be this front splash shield. Even in our first little adventure, that thing got ripped off. So I think we're going to have to figure out what we want to do with that. Trim it, or I don't know that we want to eliminate it, as we don't want water and mud getting on the belt. So we may just have to try to hold it up there better. I don't know yet. But we'll get there eventually. For now, we're going to see if we can fasten it better and get this thing out and have some fun. Dude, this thing is so fun. It just goes everywhere.
Who would have thought you'd been going off-roading in a Honda Fit?
Right? This is sweet. Huh, now we can go hiking. right, so I gotta say, this is fairly deep, right? Like, there's my phone on the bottom of the sand. And you can see that we weren't dragging bottom through here. Just this one spot where we had the deep dip, which is pretty crazy. I mean, that thing's got pretty decent ground clearance. There it is, way up there. This thing works really, really well. You never know what adventure the fit might take you on. I turned down a 2-track I don't know that I've ever been on before. Found some little bodies of water that I don't know I've ever been to before. But it's cool. There's one behind the fit and then this one. It's kind of neat. That you're going to go in the 1-ton Tacoma, but if this is what you had, you could go a lot more places with it now than you did before.
It's okay. I like the water. Visit 2 lakes down 2 tracks that most people would be scared to take